this is going to be a little bit different of a kind of video we've ever had at Appalachia's Homestead, although I think it's going to be one that you welcome. Let's talk about it. So to keep it simple and short, many of you are asking, why are we moving? Where are you moving? What in the world are you doing? So let me take you along the journey of how and why we have come to this great move, and one that we are so excited about, and one that we know you're going to appreciate. So I'm literally sitting at the grave of my third great-grandmother, and it is an honor to bring you here. I think she would be very happy to have you here as well. I take care of her grave. I'm waiting for the weather to warm up to give her some new flowers. I adorn her grave also with corn beads, and I really think she appreciates them. This lady I never knew. However, I was very close to her daughter-in-law. I was very close to her granddaughter, who was my great-grandmother, and I've talked about these women, and you can look through my journey as you go back in my videos. I talk about these women a lot because the moral of the story is and it's fact, my parents had me very young, so I had a lot of moms and dads in a sense. My mom and dad were very busy going to school and working, and you know, when you're young, you need a lot of help from people. So they were very fortunate. I was very fortunate to have wonderful grandparents, great-grandparents, and a great-great-grandmother. And so all of that history and all of their experiences and all of their journey got passed to me beginning as a very young child. So here's where we get to the move part. So as I've said, if you followed our journey for the past couple of years, you know that I'm very much into genealogy. I'm very much into family history. I'm very much into reclaiming our roots. There's things that you know growing up and things that you're told, but it is a game changer when everything is on paper and you start going places and learning things, and you become an adult and you appreciate life very differently as a middle-aged adult, whereas you didn't understand things when you were 5 years old or 10 years old. It's pretty obvious. So here's what happened. After Christmas, we were unloading our new cow, and in the field, this came out of nowhere. I really do believe a spirit, in a sense, called me home. I told James that night as we were taking Lovey off of the trailer and we were loading Mayfield, I heard in my own spirit something say, it's time to move. We got done with our chores that day. We went inside. We actually went to town and got a pizza, and I was getting some new appliances for our house, and I told James, I said, I heard a voice. And he was like, what are you talking about? He's kind of getting used to this weird stuff with me, y'all. I know you're like, what in the world is she talking about? I hear voices all the time. And so I mentioned it to him, and he was like, well, where do you want to move? And I told him specifically, as we've vaguely talked about before. You know how you talk about, if I win the lottery, what are you going to, if you got $10 million, what would you do? You know, we have those fun conversations. So he knows where my heart is. He knows where we're from. He knows that we are deeply invested in a certain area of East Tennessee, and we spend a lot of time here. We're close to the Great Smoky Mountains and the Cherokee National Forest, and he knows my family's from this area, so he knows where my heart is. And so I told him, I said, is this crazy? And he was like, well, of course it's crazy. You're crazy, but I like it. Well, so he talked about it. We chit-chatted about it that night over pizza. Well, by the next morning, in typical fashion, just like a woman, I said to him, I said, don't pay any attention to me. I've lost my mind. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about. We got a great house. I love our farm. That would be too hard. Ignore me. So that was on Sunday. Monday went by. Tuesday went by. He looked at something online, and I said, stop it. Stop looking at that. This is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy talk. New Year's went by. Well, that Thursday, which would have been January the 2nd, I don't know what came over me. I did the barn chores, put in some laundry, took a shower, was sitting down having a cup of coffee. I was going to be heading out to buy groceries, and I thought, I'm going to type something in. Don't know why, just killing some time. And lo and behold, I did a couple of quick searches. I'm talking the time that it takes to drink a cup of coffee. and nothing major is coming up. You know, I'm like, I've lost my mind. And I don't know, I don't even remember exactly how I typed in my Google search. I don't have a realtor. We're not looking to move. I was just being nosy. Our new property popped up. And I sat there for a second and I looked at it. Because I just told myself, I'm going to do this one more time and I'm getting up. I need to get up off my rear end and go get something done. So I typed it in and this property shows up. And I sat there for a second and I went, well, that's kind of nice. That's doable. Has a barn. What? Where is this? It's 4 miles from here. It's 4 miles from here. So, just to keep the video from being 45 minutes long, the ball just immediately started rolling. I sent the information to James. He was at work that day. And he said, where in the world did you find this? And I said, I don't know how I found it. I told him, I said, I was sitting in the recliner, had a cup of coffee, got to go to buy groceries. I had already showered. I was ready to go. And I just was dilly-dallying. And he said, you meet me at 2 o'clock. I'm going to get off at 2 o'clock today. And we're going to head over there and check it out. And we did. And I walked in. We drove in. And I was just blown away. Because I knew where it was, but until I could actually track the timing of the fact that it is 4 miles from here, and it's 2 miles from a second grave site that I keep with all of my family members there as well, I was just blown away. I don't know what this means to you guys, and I know what it means to me, so I'm only going to speak so deep, but I really think that it's not just my living family is calling me home. I believe that it is my ancestral family calling me home too. I've really, in a uncanny and unexplainable way, developed a sense of relationship with these people. I think they know when we are taking care of them. I think they know when we are taking pride in them. I think they know when we are taking up for them. I think they know when we are aspiring to be what they weren't or couldn't be. And I think they, in turn, take care of us. I think God is taking care of us. I think that when you come to a point where you open your mind and your heart to all of these things, there's power in it. You know, there's a video called The Old Ways. It's my favorite video put out by OCO TV. There's a couple I really like, that one in particular, with Crosland Smith, and he talks about the old ways. And I post this and share this, and I'll put a link down below because I really like OCO TV. It talks about, I believe in the old ways. And there's power in your spirit and in your body and in your mind when you make that connection. So this whole thing was totally not sought after. We had not, like I said, I'm supposed to move? What? And then within just a few, I shrugged it off. You know, the human spirit, the human mind, we push all these things away. And so I did. And I think it came back around to me. It's like being convicted. And it's like, wait a minute, are you sure about this? Didn't I get your attention the first time, little girl? So everybody that's come here and has seen the house, seen the property, they know my connections, they know what I do here. And I don't share this too openly and often on social media because it's very private. But, and I hope you can understand. But, we're supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. And I'm coming home. So listen to your spirit. Take pride in your people. Take pride in what you know. And don't be afraid to go with it. It's going to keep calling you, whatever that means in your life, whatever that takes you in your life. Be open to listening to it and being reasonable with it. Because I kept saying the whole time, I'm like, something's going to roadblock this. Something's going to be wrong with the house. we can't make this happen. I'm not going to like the wallpaper. I kept telling, you know what I'm saying? It was just too good to be true. And here we are, moving this week. So, she did good. Guys, I hope you appreciate this video. It's very personal and it answers a lot of questions, but to put it in closing, people ask me, how are you leaving that view, your front porch view? How are you leaving it? And the simple answer to that is, it's very easy. I'm gonna be living in that view. Go live in your view. Love you guys. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you on the next video.